The Nilgai antelope is perhaps the most elusive and best tasting exotic in Texas. Join us as Ryan Longer tells us all about hunting the elusive blue devil in South Texas.
You are listening to the Wild Buck Podcast, home of the best deer, exotic, and big game hunting throughout Texas, the U.S., and Mexico. Let's jump right in.
Today we're talking Nilgai hunting in South Texas with Ryan Longer of Longer's Outdoors. Ryan, thank you so much for talking with Wild Buck today. Tell us all about these blue devils running wild in South Texas. These are not exactly fenced. These are wild, free-ranging Nilgai. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Correct. Lots of ranches down south mainly have them all over the place. You know, it's become a very popular game animal. The table fare is great. They're a fun hunt. They, very cost effective. So it just turned out to be an awesome animal to hunt. And, they're pretty rampant. They're doing pretty good down in South Texas. Perfect conditions, perfect scenario for them. Just doing real good.
Word is that these Nilgai are considered a nuisance by some. Can you talk about that?
They become a nuisance to some just because of the sheer numbers. But with management, obviously, where the trophy hunter comes in, or the hunter comes in per se, they're very well managed. Just like anything, if you don't manage them, they get out of control, start to tear up crops, start to tear up fences, start to tear up equipment. But for the most part, with a well-managed program, you can definitely manage them. They are a nuisance at that point.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned table fare. Let's talk about Nilgai table fare. Their meat is one of the most prized and sought after. Tell us about the meat.
The meat, very rich in flavor. It's not gamey whatsoever. You get a very good yield off of a Nilgai. So, you feel your freezer pretty well. And, it almost has a sweet taste to it. Not pungent whatsoever. It's just very, very, very flavored to it. Pretty much however you want to season it, however you want to cook it, turns out pretty dang good.
All right. Talk about the several methods to hunt blue devils: spot and stalk, deer blind, safari style.
The most popular way to hunt a Nilgai is probably by safari style, which is just what it is. You drive until you see one. Most of the time you have a split second to make your decision on them, and then you've got to get on them pretty quick. Usually your guide, your outfitter, they'll go over with you beforehand how to, get on them. They'll clear them, say that's a good one, that's a bad one, don't shoot. And then you've got to get on target and get harvested pretty quick. They'll usually give you, anywhere between 15 and 45 seconds, which isn't a whole terrible long time. But your main method is safari style. And, most of these ranches are pretty dang big. So you're sitting there driving till you get one, get on one, and then you make your decision from there. Most of the time, you'll see them running 400 to 600 yards, and they're just, flipping it. They're just going. But you can catch them out in the open a little bit, and you can catch them in senderos, different roads and such. Spot and stalk, very, very difficult method to get them, just for the fact that they see you, you lose the element of surprise on them. They're gone. You're not going to see them again. They're going to go for a while, and you won't be able to catch up on foot. Then by blind, if you're going to sit in the blind for one, most of the time it'll be over a watering hole or one of their dung piles. Of course, they use the same dung pile. So, you'd sit over that or sit over a watering hole or such and be able to get one out of there.
Mm-hmm. Are they even possible with a bow?
They are possible with the bow. Very, very hard hunt. They're a very tough animal. Just a few days ago, we harvested them all with a 375 H&H. And it still went over a mile after we made a good shot on it. Took out a long haul, but they're just very, very tough animals. That's another one of their allures is how tough they are and how much of a challenge it actually is. They are possible with the bow, but again, it is a difficult hunt.
Mm-hmm. Nilgai are alert and elusive. They can be a tough challenge, like you said, to even get a shot at. What's it like hunting Nilgai?
It's very adrenaline pumping. A lot of times, you're sitting there kind of not much is going on. You're just looking down some senderos, looking into the open field, glass in here, glass in there, to seeing what you can see. Then all of a sudden, boom, he's right there. And then you basically got to put everything into play and do it all correctly, or your hunt could be fumbled. So it's most of the time, you can hunt them in South Texas, so it's, most of the time hot. You can get them mosquitoes, everything around. But, just the normal hunting conditions. But it's a very good challenge. It's a very rewarding hunt and adrenaline pumping, as to say that it's awesome.
And we also have some Nilgai in the Texas Hill Country and some game ranches you mentioned.
Yes, sir. A lot of game ranches do have Nilgai. Of course, the price tag goes with the game ranch. But it's still a challenging hunt. It's still an awesome animal. Just make a beautiful, beautiful mount and highly sought after animal. But, game ranches do have them at different locations that, they act the same as a wild Nilgai. They challenging hunt and just go, go, go.
Exotic hunting in Texas is open year-round. When is the best time to hunt Nilgai?
Very best time to hunt Nilgai is usually when they're coming into rut, which is usually the spring, early or late winter, early spring. So it's not too bad on weather conditions most of the time, but you hunt them year-round. We just harvested some just a few days ago. We have hunts coming up this next weekend. We have hunts the following week after that. But again, the absolute best time is kind of early spring, late winter.
All right. Ryan, if our listeners are interested in hunting the Blue Devil in South Texas, how can they get in touch with you?
People can get in touch with me just a few different ways. There's always my website, which is longersoutdoors.com. On Facebook, I'm easily reachable by my Facebook page, which is Longers Outdoors. On my phone number, I can get calls and text, which is 830-221-0177.
There you have it. One of the finest tasting exotics in Texas, the Nilgai antelope. Stay current with Longers Outdoors on Facebook at Longers Outdoors and longersoutdoors.com. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Thank you for listening to the Wild Buck Podcast. For more hunting content, information, and photos, follow Wild Buck on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and subscribe to our podcast.
We hope you enjoyed this episode hunting the elusive Blue Devil in South Texas. Stay current with Wild Buck on Facebook and Instagram at Wild Buck Media, and see more podcasts, hunting articles, photos, and all our hats on our website at wildbuck.net. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.